Hi, everybody. This is Nate. Welcome to my channel and welcome Sherry, my co-host for this deep dive.
Hi,
Hi,
everybody.
Sherry.
How are you?
I am great. I'm great. You're doing good too?
I'm doing better. Yes. New medication seems to be working. Makes me really sleepy, but it seems to be working.
Oh,
But
so
yeah, so I'm feeling good.
good. And what's up with your channel? Of course, if you're watching this show, make sure that you're subscribed to Sherry's channel. I'll always put the
I'm
link, but make sure you do.
I'm working on hitting my 10,000 mark. I'm at like 8,300 something. I don't know the number, somewhere in that area. I get nervous when I look. It's like once a week or so, I'll go take a peek and go, okay, it's not there yet. But um, I went over the 8,300 mark earlier in the week, and I was like, yes, I'm getting there. So that's my goal is to hit 10,000 before
And
Christmas or by
we're gonna
Christmas
do
anyway.
everything we can to get you there.
Yeah.
And what shows you have coming up?
Um, After this today, housework and laundry. Um, with the slumber party tonight at 10 p.m. Central. That's every Saturday night. And I have a new reader coming on with
Oh,
me tonight. Her name is, I forget, Sabrina, and her channel is Tree of Life Inner Guidance.
oh, I know
So,
Sabrina. I know Sabrina. She,
okay, okay.
yeah, she's gonna be on tomorrow on Sunday on the as a journalist for the Meet the Psychic Press show.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
That's
So
awesome. Well,
yeah,
she emailed me and said, "I love your slumber party. Can I come be a guest?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure."
yes,
So
yes.
it
Okay.
seemed like totally opposite than what she normally does, and I'm like, "Well, you're okay with the bad language and the racy comments, and that's the whole point. We do naughty or nice. Nice cards or the bad cards." Um, she was like, "Yeah, yeah, it's a lot of fun. It looks like so much fun." I'm like, "Yeah, okay, you're on." So
Great.
she'll be on tonight with me at 10 p.m. Central. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay. Good.
And
Just a couple reminders before we get started with our readings. Uh, you have the Third Wish magazine, your Christmas, New Year's magazine with your predictions
it's a
available.
great magazine, y'all. I've got my copy somewhere. I may have left it in the office. I don't know. I brought it to work to read on my lunch break, and I may have left it sitting on my desk. That may be why I can't find it. So,
And that's actually that matches some of the I've done the predictions for the signs on YouTube, so you can go watch that. It's free. And there's also a digital copy of the magazine. It's half price, the paper price, because there's no paper, there's no shipping. It's just the
yeah,
digital copy. So if you want to go, or if you care about the environment, that's also a good option. Uh,
awesome.
and also, I remember that on the Kickstarter, there's still 15 days to go to get this book, The Voices of the Whale Oracle, but also the 40 cards that are going with this deck of cards. And it's for another 15 days.
Oh, there you go.
Yes.
Yeah, I've had mine
And
sitting out charging, so I haven't really done anything with them yet. Because I like to kind of absorb my energy, get them charged
yes,
up under the moon and that kind of thing so that they're raring and ready to go. Um, I might go ahead and start using them tonight.
oh yeah, that would be
You
cool.
know.
Yeah, they work well for like a one card energy. They work really
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. That's usually what I pull is a couple of Oracle decks and I just do one card
Yes.
and get a message from. And of course the naughty decks, they're just one card and everybody
Yeah.
gets a laugh. So,
Yeah.
that's the whole point, it's to have fun with it. And
So we obviously don't have a particular theme for a deep dive, but the theme is what
Like
the heck
there's nothing to
is
talk
going
about,
on.
right?
Yeah, yeah. It is, I mean, like the shutdown and the impact of the shutdown with everything. So from the airlines, from SNAP benefits, from uh,
Health insurance.
federal workers, health insurance. Thank you. I mean,
Yeah. Everybody's premiums are getting ready to like double, triple, quadruple. I mean, even those of us who have insurance through our job, I'm getting ready to see like a very major
increase.
upgrading on the cost of my share of insurance. It's like, I don't know how I'm going to afford that, but okay. It's like,
Terrible.
it's
I know.
crazy. It's crazy. And all they're doing is hurting people and they just don't seem to care.
There's this huge tension. Obviously, everyone who's watching is aware that the Democratic Party is holding the line. Actually, we can also talk about the big win. I mean, let's also take just a second to
Oh,
celebrate
yeah. Oh,
everything.
yeah. Well, the day before the election, Monday, I had drawn on my lunchtime. I do a little 10-15 minute uh reading. I call my lunch break musings. I just usually I don't have a particular question in mind, just kind of a general temperature of what's being felt. And I got like really good cards, thinking going into the election. And then on election day, I drew cards. And again, I got really good cards. And I'm like, this is something exciting, y'all. I'm not getting any negativity at all with this. And then by Tuesday night, we were all like, oh my God, we blew it out. I mean, it was unreal.
Jersey and Georgia,
Prop 50,
California, New York.
Mississippi filled two
Yeah,
positions that have never been held by a Democrat ever since it was a state. It's like, what universe did I just wake up in? This
I
is
know.
wild. And
And
yeah.
New York City.
Oh yeah, Mamdani, he's got their heads exploding. They don't know quite how to deal with him, It's like they're so uh uh they're intimidated by the fact
Yes.
that he's a Muslim. I was like, so what does that got to do with anything? I mean, and so
And how
yeah,
many
I
New
mean,
Yorkers are Muslim? It's like,
exactly. Or don't care if you're a Muslim or
yeah.
not. That, doesn't matter to them. I like the fact that after he won and he gave his acceptance speech, he spent the rest of the night what we call bar crawling, where he
Oh,
went in all the different jurisdictions and went out to different bars like gay bars, trans
or
bars, straight bars, whatever. He just went and would hang out for a little while and sing and dance and celebrate with them, and then he'd move on to the next. I'm like, that's pretty damn ingenious because now they feel like, even if they didn't vote for him, the fact that he was perfectly willing to show up in their
I know,
area and just be like, do you have issues? Do you have something you want me to, look
I know.
into? And it's like, it's like, it's a shame he wasn't born in the US. He could run for president, but
Oh, yeah,
he
yeah,
wasn't, so he can't, and it's like, doggone it. I mean, that's what they tried to do to Obama was say that he wasn't an American because
of
he was
course.
born in Hawaii.
Well, and
Well,
who started
Hawaii
that?
was a state.
And who started that?
The current occupant is who started that. And
Exactly.
and a lot of people jumped on that bandwagon because he was the wrong color, I mean, when he first started running, I thought, God, what a perfect candidate. He's mixed race. He's half black, half white. That encompasses the whole country, half and half, pretty much. And there were a lot of white people that just couldn't deal with that. It's like,
Well, like Mandani, the father, I believe, is Muslim, but the mom is Hindu.
yeah, Yeah.
Yes. Someone made
So,
an interesting comment on my live, and I actually watched again the video at the acceptance speech. He's on stage, and his wife comes on stage. You see her for a fair amount of time rubbing her belly. So
yeah,
there's a
I have a
question that
feeling.
maybe a baby's on the
Yeah,
way.
I have a
Yes.
feeling there's something growing in there. I haven't really tuned into it real
Oh,
hard, but we could do that. That's a
yes.
good question to tune
Yes.
into. Is he getting
But
ready to be a daddy too?
if you haven't watched that video, watch it because
Oh,
once
yeah.
you're, it's like,
And it's so uplifting. It's such an uplifting acceptance speech, and it's
it's
so encouraging. And it was just so, he reminds me so much of Barack Obama back
Obama.
in 2006, 2007, 2008, when he first won. It just that same kind of energy that, just that I don't know, it's hard to put a word to it, but it's just that same energy feeling like, yeah, I can get behind this guy. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see what
Yes,
happens.
it is so exciting. It is so
Because as
exciting.
things like that happen in New York City, that can expand out to the rest of the country. I
Yeah.
mean, because then people have a chance to look and say, oh, they're not quite the boogeymen we made them out to be. He's not so
Oh,
bad.
they
Maybe we can vote for our own Hindu Muslim to come in
person.
and
Yes.
I mean, Virginia got their first female governor, Abigail Spanberger. I know
Yes.
Obama went and did a big rally with her the day before the
Yes.
election, and it was like watching 2008 Obama. I mean,
Oh
he
my
was
God.
so on point and so on fire. It was just rolling. It was like, oh God, I forgot. You
I
forget just
know.
how articulate and intelligent he is. We've been dealing with stupid people for so long that, and
I
for a
know.
lot of young people, they've never had that
The
experience of
experience.
intelligent leadership. They've only been dealing with stupidity. And I feel sorry for them. So, but that may work out to our favor because as they see these new leaders step up and win offices and move up in leadership in the House and the Senate and whatnot, that can
I know.
really inspire a whole new group of voters,
But there was
young people.
also uh, fairly, I mean, actually before Trump with Biden, some really good times, but it's very old in people's memory. If you remember the Build Back Better, the whole infrastructure deal, but that has escaped people's mind, unfortunately,
Yeah.
because of the new Trump news cycle that there's just so much
Well,
that you forget that. But Biden
and
had this,
Biden didn't run out in front of the cameras every 5 minutes
you
when he
know,
did something. He just got to work and did it.
yeah,
And unless somebody went out and trumpeted, oh, look what he just did for everyone. And people would be able to sit back and go, oh, I'm seeing the difference in that. It was, it, a lot of people didn't realize all the stuff that he got
no,
accomplished in his 4 years. He got a lot of stuff done that was really good. Unfortunately, the current occupant has like been dismantling everything that Biden put into place as fast as he can. So, there's got to be a way we can fix that so that
yeah.
it can't be undone by the next person that steps into that office just because they disagree. I mean, you
So
know,
let's do a curious question. Is Mondani in the process of being a father?
I feel like he is.
So
That's
I
the
read on it
feeling I
before, but
get.
I'm not telling you until you share what you get. But
Okay.
I read
All
on it
right.
before.
Oh, wow. All right. First thing out of the box, I got the tower. So that's a massive change coming.
Yeah.
And become a new parent, yeah, you feel like the
Yes.
tower is crashing on your head because it can be very overwhelming. And he just became mayor of New York City. So
A lot.
major changes for him, his family, his city, so that's not necessarily a bad card, just like the death
No,
card
it
isn't
is not a
necessarily a
bad
bad
card.
card. And then I got the Seven of Cups, which is new opportunities, new things happening, choice. Oh, you didn't. Oh my goodness. And I ended with temperance, everything in
Oh,
balance,
yes.
everything balancing out and saying, this is how it's supposed to work. You know, we work together. We may not always get our way, but if we work together, then everybody gets a little bit of something that they want, you know?
Yes. Yes.
Um,
Of course, justice is, I got justice as well, social justice.
there you go.
The Page of Pentacles. You look at this card with two meanings, planting the seeds, but it's also a child.
Yeah,
It's the
exactly.
page. I think they're
Yeah,
trying. I don't think she's pregnant at the moment, but I think they're trying.
yeah, yeah. And I mean, they may have to go the IMF method, uh, is that what it is? IMF, INF? I don't remember what
IVF,
the initial
IVF,
IEF, yeah. And so I feel like it's coming for him. I
yes.
feel like this is symbolizing it because you've got all these choices, all of these
Yeah.
exciting new things coming. So yeah,
Uh,
that's
Switching because
cool.
we have to go there with Trump's. Have you seen, before we get to the shutdown and all this drama, but he had a number of leaders from the pharmaceutical industry presenting like drugs, and one
One of
person
them passed out.
died because
Yeah.
it's all men. I think there were barely a woman. It's usually men. They don't have good representation, unfortunately. And this guy passed out, and he just looked at it
Or the
like
fact that
completely
when the
useless.
guys fell out, Dr. Oz, who was there, immediately ran to the gentleman to try to administer aid. RFK Jr., who was also there, turned the other direction and ran out the room. Like, I'm like, dude, you couldn't even check on him and see what he might need. They're
You're the
saying that
health
he,
secretary. I mean, come on.
yeah. And and the current occupant just like stood there like, you're still in my light, I mean, it's like
Yeah,
he
it
didn't
was
know what to
bothered.
do. Yeah. He didn't know what to do about it. So I'm sorry, y'all. The dog's going crazy back there. It's my brother's dog. He's the big
We didn't
chicken.
hear anything. I didn't hear
Okay.
anything.
Okay, good.
So let's read on that. What was going through his mind when there was this person
Falling
having
out. Yeah.
falling? Yes. What was going through his mind? What was going through his mind?
Oh wow.
Oh my God.
Well, first thing I got was the Eight of Cups. Disappointment, turning away from it, which is exactly what he did. He turned away from it like I can't. You're just that's
Yes.
not cool. And then I got the Hierophant that symbolizes institutions, traditions, and for somebody representing our pharmaceutical company, um, that wasn't a very good look. But
No.
his response was like, "What are you doing? You're raining on my parade." It's the Trump show. It's not the whatever this
Yes.
guy's name was. And then the last thing I got was the Knight of Cups. And so you would think in a room full of pharmaceutical people that there would be those that would sort of kind of know what to do. I mean, healthcare is their business. Most of them just stood there in shock. Dr. Oz was the one that ran to them to check them. And of course, RFK Jr. took off the opposite direction and ran out the room. Now they're trying to pass it that he was looking for help or to get cold towels or something like that. It's like, yeah, I mean, you don't even know how would you know that's what he needed? I mean, you didn't even bother to go check on the guy and see what was going on. Um,
He was looking at it exactly like the Two of Wands, like this man
yeah.
here looks at the and just looks, just observes. Ten of Swords. This was
Mm,
actually the person that fell down, but also, it's almost like with those two cards, he's looking at it, but as the crystal ball almost is seeing his own reflection.
yeah.
It's almost like he's reflecting on him not being well and like,
What if I do
oh,
that?
this could be
Yeah.
me one day.
One day very soon with the way things are going.
Well, and have you seen him like kind of asleep at his desk? There was all these photos. Where is that coming from? This one, that's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
completely asleep.
And there was another one. Somebody said I guess he was with some world leaders. I haven't seen the video. I just heard someone talking about it where he kind of like fell asleep, but
Yes.
it was like one side of his face started drooping again and he started drooling out of his mouth.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm like, Jesus, y'all can't like get him immediately to some kind of medical aid. I mean, imagine if Biden had done that or anybody else had done that. I mean, uh that's that's just crazy.
That's a recent photo.
Yeah. And
I
he's
mean,
still got that droop on that one side of his
yes,
face. You could see the downturn of the mouth. Um,
it looks really tired.
he does. And he 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 looks like he's just so totally out of it.
Out of
Just
it, the
has
eyes, the
no comprehension. Yeah, the eyes. I mean, it's like he fixates on one thing that he looks at and he doesn't look around the room. He doesn't try to look people in the
no.
eye. And it's
Yes, that's someone who's not well. I'm sorry.
yeah, he does not look healthy. He's bloated looking. His the few times you do get to see his legs, it's obvious that he's got equipment inside of his legs, to
Yes.
take care of things. And I mean, in a way, it's sad. It's like
It is.
I don't care if you like him or not. I mean, I can't stand the man, but I wouldn't want to see someone humiliated and reduced to that on the public stage. I mean, that's horrible. Um, Not that it wouldn't be deserved because of the way he treats people, but still, it's like that inner part of me is like, how can you not, pull him aside and say, we gotta get him to medical help as soon as possible and get why haven't they removed him from office
I know.
so that he can get the proper care he needs? Because
Yes.
this isn't just a booster shot in the arm. He needs some
Let
serious medical help.
let's see what's going on with his health.
All right.
I mean, there is an equipment that you can see below the knee in
Yeah.
most photos where they show the leg, which is not often. It's always cut that you don't see below the knee.
Well, and
Um,
lately he's always sitting down. He's not standing up.
no, I think they don't want to show
So,
the shape of the equipment. Um,
and with him standing, there's a bigger chance of him falling out
okay.
like the insurance guy, you know. I mean, that's not a good look either.
No, that would be devastating.
Yeah.
Trump's health. Where it, how,
Oh,
what's the
wow.
situation here with his health? Yeah.
Well, the first
Oh,
card up was the King of Pentacles, and that's my card for him.
yep.
Anytime I do a reading on him, this is the card that pops up. And that's supposed to show wealth in business, and that's his thing. I mean, that's his tagline, but he's not a good businessman. And then I got a Page of Swords. So I feel like this is JD, the younger coming up, and he's got that sword out. He's ready to start cutting ties, and it's time to move him out and let me get in there and do what my handlers want me to do, because he's bought and paid for by the elite as well. And then here's my favorite card lately, the Ace of Wands. I know what it means, but every time I pull this, it's the feeling of just a big stick to whack the hell out of them. Just somebody needs to knock some sense into these people, and just there's your stick. Start whacking away. I mean, and I don't promote violence at all. That's not what I'm saying. It's just metaphorically speaking, I
Yeah.
always see them, somebody just like bopping them on the head and saying, sit down and shut up. You don't know what you're talking about. Um, I just, yeah, I get this feeling that, he's there and hanging on, but you got you got JD in the wings with that big stick ready to roll. Let's do this. And everything I've seen him in this week, you can literally feel him like chomping at the bit. He's ready to just let's do this and quit screwing around about it. Now that may be worse for us, but
No, I mean it's
yeah,
I got strength, which is interesting, but reverse. And I don't do reversal, but it came reverse. I think it's very
yeah,
meaningful that the strength is coming down and coming down. Your page of sword, I got the knight of sword. I have a little bit of a different interpretation. The sword could very well be the surgery
yeah. There you go.
as a alternate
That's yeah.
meaning,
That's yeah. That would fit.
uh,
The
because
Page
I
of
feel that
Swords coming in and saying, "This is what needs to be done. We've got to cut this out," meaning whatever it is medically that he's dealing with. And then you with the Knight of Swords saying, "All right, I'm here, let's do
let,
it." So
let's have the
that's kind
surgery.
of twofold. Yeah,
I get this, and should we do I feel that they're debating, should we do the surgery or not?
yeah, exactly. I know he had some kind of a minor thing done back during his first term,
Hmm.
and he refused to let them put him under anesthesia
Yes.
because he knew that during that time he had to sign Mike Pence over to be president, so to
No,
speak, to make any and all decisions, and he wouldn't give up the control for that. It's like
no. Unlike
he's in a he's in a
uh,
position now where it's like there's no way you can maintain control. And
unlike Biden, who went under colonoscopy and was very glad to make Kamala Harris first female president of the United States, even
that's
if it was
that's
for
very
a
true.
day, even for a day.
Still,
The
yeah.
the High Priestess and the Moon were my two cards.
Oh,
Secrets. We know so very little, and there's apparently a lot more going on in the background here because the moon is the shadow. It was also full moon on Tuesday, just a side note. And the
Yeah.
high priestess is all those secrets. You see the high priestess, she's covering her whole body. You don't see her arms, you don't see her legs, you see her hands. That's pretty much in her face, but she's
Yeah.
covering, and so there's a reason what everything is
Everything's covered up.
covered.
Even her head is
Her head
covered.
is covered, and even her book is not for anyone to see but hers.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's more and more background secrets, and I keep getting the sense they're like surgery or not.
It makes me wonder if they're waiting for him to just kick off and they don't have to step out and do anything, which I think they would prefer
Yes.
simply because then they don't look so bad to the MAGA crowd
Yeah.
that they usurped him and kicked him out. But I feel like it's gotten to the point where he's not going to be able to hang on much longer.
No, no, no. Um, Kind of switching from that a little bit. Um, with the shutdown, obviously, which is like the big issue. Two things, well, more than, well, before we get there, actually, it was reported yesterday that it was the worst jobs situation in October, with more jobs lost, the worst for in the last 22 years.
Yeah.
And I'm not
Yeah.
surprised. Readings, in my private readings, jobs. People looking for jobs, left and right.
I had one of my people that emailed me yesterday. She lost her job, got laid off. Next day, hospice had to come get her dad and put him in hospice care with not much longer to go. And she emailed me with, I don't know what to do. She's just at the bottom, and she said, would
Mhm.
you ask people to pray for me? And I said,
Of
absolutely.
course.
So y'all please lift her up in prayer. I'm not sharing her name because she didn't give me permission to use her
Yeah.
name, but she's very active in most chats when you go
Oh,
to just about anybody's shows, and she's uh just a lovely, lovely person, and
oh,
she's been a staunch supporter for me since I started doing this. And yeah, it breaks my heart that she kind of got all of that piled on her this week, and it's like, and she's not alone. The thing of it is that there are
no, no.
thousands of people in the country that are
It
looking
was,
at the same scenario. It's maybe it's not their dad being hauled away, maybe it's their spouse or their kid or themselves. And a lot of people don't realize that when it comes to hospice care and nursing care here in the country, Medicaid pays like 90% of that. And then Medicare just covers the difference. And it's like, how are these people going to do this? Because they're trying to get rid of Medicaid.
I
Well,
know,
trying to get rid of Medicare too, but they've been pretty successful so far of
holding the
kind of,
line. Yeah.
yeah,
Um, let's look at jobs because I am
yeah.
worried about if jobs is everything. If people don't have
Yeah.
jobs, the economy is not good. The economy, then there's no ways
Well,
to support. It hurts everyone.
and it's like in my state, we rank 50th in poverty, 50th in food dependence, 50th in healthcare. That means we're at the bottom. There's only 50 states. So we're actually below Mississippi now. Mississippi has held that title for decades.
Yes.
And now we've got it, and it's like, that's not exactly something to brag about. I mean,
No.
granted, we've always been in the 40s, the 40th percentile range, just because, the rich people in this state aren't willing to give a penny to anybody else. Let's see.
Jobs, job market, and the economy. Oh,
Oh my God. Wow.
I was so afraid of that. I was so afraid of that. There's a little light, there's a little positive here, but you want to get started, Sherry? Or
First thing I drew was communist country. They are fast trying to turn us into a communist nation or a fascist nation.
yeah,
And
fashion. Yes.
a lot of people think, oh, well, that'll be a good thing. No, it won't. I think there are going to be a lot of shocked people if they manage to pull it off and get the full force of that going in this country. Um, there's a lot of folks looking at, can we get peace here? Can we have a treaty? Can we get let's do some
Relief.
negotiating. Let's get relief. Yeah, and then I got not sustainable. So, status quo on this, the loss of jobs alone from the lowest positions to some of the highest positions. I mean,
Of course.
um, and if you're in a state that's in the hole, speaking from experience here, um, there's not a whole lot they can do for their people because they don't plan for that. They just
No.
they just plan and operate around what can we give to the rich people that are around. And the last thing I got was lacking control.
Out of control.
They're losing control of everything.
The
Wow.
hermit. This is people that
Mm,
are out in the cold.
yeah.
The Tree of Sword.
Oh, heartbreak. A lot of heartbreak there. And that's happening everywhere right now.
There is one, I am very glad to have this card, the Three of Pentacles. People helping each other. So there's gonna be some help here with neighbors helping neighbors, basically.
Yeah.
But
And you're seeing that right now. People reaching
yes,
out, helping each other, neighborhoods bonding together, getting to know who your neighbors are to share food or information or, whatever help
yes,
those that
information.
are information. You've got whole neighborhoods now that are set up for ice detail. They see an ice car roll into town, roll in their neighborhood, and the phone tree goes into effect. And next thing you
Yes,
know, everybody's aware of it. And people aren't hiding anymore. They're starting to come out and literally block these guys and just get in their faces. And there's been quite a few videos showing them literally chasing the ICE agents back into their cars
yeah.
and them driving off and leaving the neighborhood, because you've got a wall of people that are telling them to get the blank out of my neighborhood with phones held up everywhere with people recording it. So,
I
but
was
yet
told is
no
some
violence on
no,
the
no.
protesters' part, no violence on our end of it at all. The only violence has been coming from ICE or coming from the government, you know.
They were telling someone was telling me they had a coworker, US citizen, and stopped by ICE and say, "You have an ID, you have papers?" And he
Yeah.
said no and left. And they were so shocked that someone would just and they didn't go after the person because the
Well,
person just
it's
stood up and said, "No, not with me or not right now. I don't have that with me. I'm a US citizen and basically leave me alone."
and there have been US citizens yanked out of their cars, their homes, their jobs, all across the country and hauled off like they're, world-class citizens. And they're just people dropping their kids off to school or running to the grocery store
Yeah.
to get dinner or go to work or coming home from work or it's crazy. It really is crazy. Because now they're just grabbing anybody. They don't care. And if you're an American citizen, they'll hold you for a few hours, maybe even up to a day or two, and then they just cut you loose, no charges. And I know there have been quite a few people now that have all filed lawsuits against the government for it. Um, Hell, they
Good.
went so far as I don't know if it was last week or the beginning of this week, where ICE rolled up to something going on, and there was a fairly large presence of Chicago police officers. And ICE rolls up and jumps out and starts pepper spraying them. These are the cops, and they're pepper spraying them,
Right.
and
Ah.
the chief of police and the mayor just went ballistic. Um, so yeah, it's they're out of control.
And have you heard that someone told me, a viewer told me, that they're starting to replace the CBP, the ICE agents with CBP agents. And
Yeah,
that's like next level.
yeah. Yeah, because so far they've just had people in there that have no clue what law enforcement is or how law
No
enforcement
training.
works. No training, just go be a bully is basically what they've been told. And it's like, okay, this isn't how it works. And um you've had groups of people that dress up like ICE who have been uh attacking, kidnapping, raping, beating
Oh my
people
God.
left and right. And they're just criminals. But because ICE wears the masks and doesn't have ID and refuses to show anything, now you've got copycat criminals that are doing what they
Yes.
do. If somebody runs up and smashes your car window out and starts dragging you out of your car, how do you know who the hell it is? I mean, it could be ICE, it could be just some lunatic that's looking to do harm to somebody. I mean, it's it's getting crazy and they
They,
just keep encouraging them to just keep it up. I got something in my eye other than my eyeball. It's driving me crazy. Um, feels like a hair or something. I don't know. What's our next question? What you want to read on?
ice. Let's continue. Read on ice. Like what's gonna happen with ice? If you need a second, I can stop the video.
No, I think it's okay. It's just irritating. It's not like debilitating at this point. If it gets any worse, I'll say hit pause and and
Okay, ice. What's gonna happen with ice? Of course. Ah,
oh my.
this is strange.
First card I got up was environment concerns. That could be because of the pepper spray that they're using, the pepper balls that they're shooting at people, and that
Right.
you get enough of those going off in an area and nobody can even move around in that area because
No.
stuff is everywhere. It debilitates everybody. And then I got judgmental scrutiny. They're starting to get scrutinized and they don't like it. Christy Noam is starting to get questioned about it. How are you allowing your people to do these? You keep saying we're not arresting American citizens, yet
But
there
you
are
are.
daily tens and tens and tens of American citizens that your people are dragging out of cars and locking up who did nothing wrong other than they were going down the street. And then I got Liberation Prevails. So
Mm.
I'm feeling like this is all the folks that have been wrongly attacked and whatnot that are filing lawsuits now against ICE, against the government. Um,
Yes.
and I feel like, yeah, their day in court is coming, and these ICE fellas may feel like they've got immunity, but they don't. And um, pursuit of control. It's a control method. He's trying to make people afraid. He's trying to get people ginned up to the point that they're so afraid that when ICE rolls in, you have people literally turning themselves in to prevent chaos. And you have him having his people trying to provoke chaos so that he can then turn around and declare martial law
Yeah.
or whatever he wants to do, you know.
Yes.
Um, yeah, that's it's like that one little spark that came in there, the
And
prevails, but
yes.
there's a lot of control and judgment all around that. It's not going to be an easy fight, no matter what we do. Um,
The Ace of Pentacles, let's remember that they've been given a lot of money from the budget. I don't
oh
know how
yeah,
much, but it was like so much money went to ICE. The Eight of Swords, that's what they do. They tie people up, basically.
yeah,
But interestingly enough, the Lovers and the Nine of Cups, there's some good news coming, kind of similar to what you got.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I think
yeah.
you're spot on with the legal aspect here, putting on one card. Something slowly coming that's gonna help. Okay, the Tower.
There you go.
So there's gonna
There's some
be,
changes coming.
yes,
Big
it's like it
changes
feels
coming.
to me like they just can't do whatever the hell they want to do.
And I think it's becoming more and more clear with that. People are just fed up with the BS. I mean, you've got tow truck drivers that are like staying in areas where they see ice, and when they see them pull up and jump out of the car, they go back up and tow off their car. It's like, how are you going to
Yeah.
arrest somebody and bring them to wherever you're set up at if your car's gone because it got towed, and they got to pay a tow fee to go get their vehicle back. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's like bravo to the tow truck drivers. That's brilliant. I'm just,
Yes.
um,
Switching a little bit to, well, a biggie, which is a SNAP benefits. And that
yeah.
one, actually, we should have started there because it's such a critical, it's not even critical, it's life necessity for so many.
Well, I think what we've done up to date so far kind of highlights what's happening with SNAP because their
Yes,
response to this is, well, we just won't feed people.
yes, that's true. You're right.
We,
That's actually the backlash is they're hurting people who need the most. And I
and we
was telling,
throw away more food in a day in this country than most people eat in a month in
yes,
third world countries. Um,
I was
and
telling Sherry before this show that if you follow the whole situation, a judge said that the emergency funds had to be used for SNAP, but now the Supreme Court let Trump pause the SNAP payments for now. For now. And why would they do that? Why is it not the other way around, where you keep giving the money until you stop, if you want to stop it, but at least keep giving? Why you stop during the time you review the situation? That makes no sense.
no, it doesn't. Oh, wow.
So let's see what's gonna happen with that. Is there money coming for Snap anytime, like any day?
Yeah.
Snap, Snap
The
benefit.
first thing I got was the Three of Pentacles. So that's good because that's people
Yep,
working together.
yep,
That's
yep.
neighbors and families and whatnot that are like, okay, yeah, this isn't gonna happen. This is people working with the food banks to make sure the food banks are stocked up for people that are showing up, lines down the street waiting for food stamps. Um, and just on a side note, if you want to give to a food bank, contact that food bank and find out what's the
What
best
they
way
need.
they prefer to receive, because a lot of them would prefer just the money because they have deals set up with grocery stores and stuff where they buy food by the pallet. So they get it a lot cheaper than what you're going to pay for it in the
So
grocery
your
store.
if you donate $40 or $50, your $40 or $50 are gonna be worth
Is going to
more
go a lot
food than
further.
your yes.
Exactly. And then they can buy what's necessary
Yes.
and not, have 20,000 cans of green beans that nobody wants, but instead they can buy, 500 turkeys if they have the money in
Yeah.
hand. So that kind of thing. And then I got, what is this? The King of Cups reversed. Um, that's cold, bad advice, emotional manipulation. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, that rings my bell. Um, this I think is all of them over there. Is cruelty is the point. It, I don't think we can drive that home loud enough.
Enough.
That cruelty is the point. They want to hurt people. Um, and then I got the Ace of Swords, and I think
The court too.
that's the courts, and hopefully they use the mental acuity that they have to help the people. But now we're talking about the Supreme Court, and as we know, 6 out of 9 of them have all been bought and paid for by very moneyed people. But if things start happening that affect their bottom line, where they start losing money, you best believe they're going to be making phone calls to Chief Justice Roberts and the others saying, you got to turn this around. We're losing money on this.
But Sherry, even even the people who make good money, who are in business, get money from businesses and whatnot, we're entering the Christmas season, Black Friday.
Right.
This is peak season. Some businesses make almost half their
Oh,
year in those 6 to 8 weeks. If people cannot afford or are scared to buy anything, it it's a whole domino effect all the way to them.
yeah, exactly. I mean, like I said earlier, this is one of the few things that does trickle down, and that's people getting laid off or getting fired, or smaller businesses filing bankrupt and going out of business because they can't they can't compete when they have no sales. um uh if it's food, this is going to affect farmers and ranchers, because if the stores can't sell your food and your beef and your chicken and your pork because no one can afford to buy it, well, that's going to backlash to the suppliers who are supplying the food. Suddenly the stores aren't ordering what they used to order because they can't make any sale. I mean, this boomerangs back on so many different
Many levels.
levels, and it's all going to come back, snap back, and hit them in the right in the head. It's scary. It really is. I mean, there are people that are going to food banks and stuff that never in a million years they thought they would have to do that. And there's probably people that are quite put out by the fact that they're having to to do that. Got
Yes.
cards flying everywhere. And let's see what jumped out. Five of Swords, conflict.
Yeah. I see that with the Knight
Uh,
of Swords. It's gonna be a battle. It's a hardcore battle.
the Lovers trying, got to cover up the bits.
Yeah.
Um, trying to trying to find people that you can actually make a deal with, that you can get in a
Yeah.
relationship with. Even if it's just a business relationship, still. Um, I got the Three of Cups reversed. That's there's no joy in that, and that's what people rely on to survive is just disappearing. It's getting dumped out. Um, but I end with the Sun. And
That's
I think a
good.
lot of light is going to be shown on
Income.
this,
Yes.
and it's going to make a big difference, a really big difference.
It's funny that you had the King of Cups reverse. I have the King of Cups, but next to the Seven of Swords. Sneaky, sneaky. It's all the cruelty aspect that you mentioned.
Yeah,
Uh, Lack of compassion. Knight of Pentacles, the money's coming. But look at this. This is the Pentacles, and it is the slowest horse in the deck.
yeah.
So it's not coming.
It's just standing
It's
still.
not
There's
even
no
in
movement
movement.
there.
There's no movement. Help is on the way, but look at this. It's not, it's slowly on the way. It's not yet moving.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
so that's really concerning. And then of course we
Yeah,
wanted to talk about the airport situation.
yeah. And again, more people losing their jobs. This is going to trickle down to tickets not being bought or being demanded to be refunded. Not it just I mean, this is going to hit the airlines hard because this
Oh
is going to
yeah.
affect people all the way down to the janitors that clean the bathrooms in the airports. Well, if the airports are shut down, we don't need a janitor. So, hey, you got laid off. There's no
All
ticket
those
agents.
TSA people.
Yeah. Who are you going to screen now? Each other? And what for? This is, you got pilots getting laid off and flight attendants being laid off. The
Furloughed.
uh
Yeah.
the people in the airports that take your tickets and information so you can board the train. You got people that load the luggage onto the plane or take the luggage off, depending if it's arriving or departing. You've got food
Customer
companies
service.
that provide food to the planes for longer trips, the snacks and the drinks and the dinners, if it's a long trip where they offer food. Well, they're not going to be sustainable because no one's ordering anything because nobody can get on an airplane because there's no there's no flight people out there doing their thing for the planes to take
Well,
off
yeah.
and land.
And then that has a repercussions to hotels, rental cars.
It's going to affect the
Yeah.
entire service industry, restaurants, rentals, hotels, tour guides. It's going to affect everybody. This is going to ripple out in ways that I don't think people have thought their way through on.
So right now
This
they're
is
saying 10% of all flights are canceled. Let's read on. Is this gonna get worse? Is this gonna get more than 10%? And you have Thanksgiving coming up, the busiest travel day of the year.
Yeah. And then Black Friday, the day after, where people go out and spend millions upon millions of dollars buying things for Christmas.
And will
They're not
they
going to
do
have any
that?
money. They're not going
No.
to have the money to do that, you know. Um,
Okay, the airline
I got some
industry,
strange cards.
more flights canceled.
The
Will there be?
first thing I got was the Magician reversed. So that's manipulation. They're trying to manipulate things. And I don't care how many times you want to shuffle the cards around. If there's no air traffic controllers, there's no planes taking off and landing. You know, pilots aren't going to do that blind. And I mean, in an emergency, yeah, but even then, there's usually an air traffic controller on the phone with them trying to talk them down. And I got the Five of Cups reversed. There are a
Oh,
lot of people that are just like, okay, whatever. They just accept it and go home. And it's like, I'm afraid you're going to see the self-induced pew pew events skyrocket. You know,
the
you know, you see a
oh,
lot of people that are going to not be able to deal with this, and they're just going to end it. They're
crazy
going to
thing.
be
Okay,
like,
I got it. I
yeah.
got it.
I'm trying to be careful how I
Yeah, no,
phrase
no,
it
I
so
know
YouTube
because
doesn't
it's
freak out.
yes, yes.
Um,
We're fine here, but yes,
but
of
then
course.
I
But
got
it's
the Ten
already
of
the
Cups to
thing.
close with. So I think in the long run, it's going to work out because it's going to cause things to be changed. But I mean, it could be 10 weeks, 10 months, 10 years before they get it all fixed and straightened out. This is going to long-term effect on things. And that's scary. Um,
You know, Six of Sword.
mm,
This is travel, but look at this. The swords are down in the boat, and the boat's taking water. This is not good for travel. Eight of Cups, disappointment, sadness. The moon, there's a lot more than we need to hear about this
yeah,
because a lot of shadow problems. But then Ace of Sword and the Queen of Sword. I see the courts being involved here. I
yeah.
see the courts being involved. That's going to be
And you've
lawsuits.
got three very strong-willed Democratic women who are on the Supreme Court. And then you have Amy Coney Barrett, who's granted more conservative and Republican led, but there have been some really surprising decisions
Mhm.
that she has made. And it's like, whoa, where did that come from? That
Five
you
of
go,
Cups like you.
yeah,
Um,
let's see.
well, I think the big question is how is this shutdown? What's gonna take for this shutdown to end?
Personally, I think it's going to be people finally. I mean, we're kind of most of us are already there, but it's going to take a lot more people standing up and saying enough is enough.
But how?
This has to end.
Calling representative, being in the street.
Running for office yourself, confronting your leadership whenever they're around. I mean, they've been off now. This is the longest government shutdown ever in American history. I think we're like 40 days today, 39 or 40 days today that it's been shut down. And you've had the Democrats show up to work every day that the government's been shut down. They're at their office trying to work a deal with somebody, anybody. Um, but they took the stand of, yeah, we're not going to defund healthcare,
No. And that's
you
a
know.
worthy battle.
And that was the one thing that was being pushed. by this administration is completely get rid of the health care,
Yeah.
just gone. And the Democrats are like, no, you can't do that. Unfortunately, the current occupant is of the opinion that he can do that. Uh,
What's gonna happen with this shutdown? It's a lot of slow cards. Slow cards.
yeah. I got dodging the question. They've gotten really good at that, talking circles around it and not answering it. Outside the trusted circle, there are a lot of people in leadership right now that are really ticked. They're not in that inner circle making decisions. They're just being told what to do, what to think, what to say, especially on the Republican side. Um, this feels like basically the on the Republican side, they're being told to sit down and shut up. You just repeat what we tell you to repeat. And you've got, they've been off now for what, over 5 weeks, and not one Republican has held a town hall
That's
in
right.
their
That's right.
jurisdiction to hear what their
That's
people
right.
want. Um, and I got isolated outcast. I think there's a lot of them that once this is all said and done with, they think that the American people are just going to forget about it and move on. And this feels like, no, you got another thing coming. There's going to be some results for that. And then I got, what does that say? Internal advisory. So you got a lot of aides that are working double, triple,
Oh,
quadruple time trying to get that information to their representative or their senator or whatever, saying you got to do something or I'm gonna vote you out. I mean, people are just that mad. Um,
well, if people get hungry,
well, that's going to make it worse. You let people's kids go hungry, and that's really going to get bad because you got folks that will get out, stand up for what they believe in when it comes to their kids eating or not eating. I mean, I remember what that's like when all we had was rice and beans to eat because they were cheap and filling.
yep.
My mom was a single parent with two kids, so in the 60s, so it wasn't easy. Um, it feels like I keep feeling like this uprising of people so angry they don't know which way to go. And they fall back on the standards of who they blame. Democratic people are saying it's the Republicans' fault, vice versa. And while granted the majority of it is the Republicans' fault because they refuse to negotiate or even talk to the Democrats, you've got far too many Democrats that are silent and not uh saying what needs to be said.
Yep.
Yeah, that's kind of scary.
I got the Three of Wands. It's like that's not an action
Mm,
card. The Four Swords, that's not an action card.
mm-mm.
The High Priestess, a lot of behind the scenes stuff. In the Queen
Yeah,
of Cups, this is compassion for the situation, but the compassion is one-sided. So
the Democrats have to accept the fact that they're going to have to not play by the rules in order to get us through this because the Republicans don't play by the rules. So it's like, okay, y'all need to make up your mind of what you are and aren't going to do. Um, it just feels really chaotic and
Yes. Let's
yeah.
I don't want to leave the show like that. Uh
Yeah, let's think of something happy. How about we
uh
won? We won Prop 50. We
one we
won
want, and
Danny.
it's in motion. And so
Yeah.
while we're, we want to be realistic that those are tough times right now. I don't think we can cover that up. There's no
Yeah,
sugarcoating
no.
here. This is tough time, but I really feel hope regardless.
I do too. Um, I mean, every time I just go and talk to my guides and be like, okay, what the
Yes,
heck is going on here? Um, I get the pushback of things have to happen this way in
yes,
order for people's eyes to be opened so that they take back their democracy. It's not even a country thing.
the
It's
democracy.
bigger than that. It's taking away or taking back our democracy, taking
Democracy.
back our rights that have slowly been getting stripped from us day by day by day.
It is true.
And
I got this card. I put a card from the whales. Guardian of the Abyss. Protection. And you
mm,
see how obviously the ship is a wreck, but the whale comes in from underneath and comes to protect. And I like this theme here. Yeah, obviously things are very, very difficult, but look at this. And actually might even read what the book says to lift us up.
yeah.
26. Final revelation. I like this. The whale doesn't fear the abyss. It belongs to it. So do you. You are not fragile, you are profound, and your power grows not in exposure, but in containment, in silence, in sacred care. Let the guardians surround you. Let the spirits surround you. Your depths are you trample. Protect them.
Yeah.
Protect your gifts. Call in your protectors. Call in your spiritual, your allies. We have such a team of spirits and good people out there, and people
Hmm.
helping each other. Visualize a protective field around you. Who and what enters should align with your peace. So it's a lot of
That's a
protection,
good
it's
one.
a lot of alliances, it's a lot of trusting that good will come through your process. And I do believe that. I do believe that.
Yeah. And the first thing I drew was the Nine of Cups reversed. And that's lacking that inner joy. What does it say? Dissatisfaction, overindulgence. This is this is people seeing their money
Going
getting poured
down.
out.
Yep.
Yeah, going
Yep.
down. But then I got the Fool. So this is this is that kind of looking at the world through rose-colored glasses kind of person. The Pollyanna of the group, looking and saying, "No, come on, we can change it and do so much better and blah 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 blah." Yeah, and then I got the Knight of Swords, and I believe this is the fastest card in the deck, is
Yeah, this
because
one is,
the Knight
yes,
of Swords, he is like full hilt,
flying,
head on.
flying.
Let's do this. It's, um, Yeah, that's
Well, this shows that this is a phase, but there's something good to look forward to. And I mean, any
hmm
day that passes, I know we have a week until a week. I wish we have a year until the midterms, but every day that passes by, that's every day closer to make a huge wave, and not just for a few things here and there, all across the country. And we will, and we will.
yeah.
Sherry, thank you for spending a little bit of time with me and your deep dive. People
Thank you
love it
for the
when you're
invitation.
here. People love
I
it.
get so many good messages after we do our deep dives
Deep dive.
or our lives that people have so much fun watching us. Um, that makes me feel good to know that other people really enjoy it,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I love reading with you. I mean,
Likewise.
I've always felt as I was truly blessed the day Helen introduced us and I got to meet you. And it just went ding, 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 ding in my head. I was like, oh, this is the guy. So, yeah,
Well, thank you.
you're welcome. Y'all be sure go get his cards, book, and
And
we got
we'll
some stuff
I see
coming up for it.
you. Yeah, on the oh well, on the 29 on your channel for the live. We're it's gonna be 3 weeks from now. Yes.
Yes, yes, on the 29th.
And
It'll be our
so
date with Nate. You want to
and
you want to keep it at 11 or move it up to 10 like we did today?
no, no, no. That was just for today that I went a little bit
Okay.
earlier.
I just want to make sure. So,
Yeah, yeah. And make sure really if you're still watching us and giving us the opportunity to watch us to go check Sherry's channel, like, subscribe. Um, we gotta get her at 10,000 subscribers. Like
yeah.
this is a must, and we're gonna do whatever is
Yeah.
needed.
We got
Yeah,
what, 6 weeks? We had 6 weeks to go. Come
it's
on,
a
people. We can do
challenge. We can
we can
do
do
this.
200 in 6 weeks. Let's do it.
Yes, I mean yes, it's like 42 days, six
Yeah.
weeks. It's 42 days, and that's like about 1,700 divided by 42, 40 a day.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. When
that's
you
totally
when you start
doable.
breaking it down, it's not that much. It's like,
No,
let's do it. Let's do it. So,
I like to do it this way, 40 a day.
yeah,
It's
40
like
a
the
day.
mountain.
That's
Whenever
a feasible number.
it
40
is,
a day. We can deal with that.
we can
Y'all
do
know
that.
40 people you could say, "Hey, go check this out and subscribe."
I
There
am
you go.
sure all those people that are watching these videos, they're going to be 40 that can come to your, or more to your channel and subscribe.
Yes.
So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Sherry, and
You're
we'll see you
welcome.
all very soon. Take
Bye,
care.
everybody.